Hello there, my name is Milo, hope you're having a good week. Last stream I played this game, Moody, by Daniel Remar for Ludosity. And the next, this stream and the next one are going to be continuing exploring that back catalogue. So Ludosity might be known most recently for creating Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, but their immediate predecessor to that, of course, is Slap City, a platform fighter starring characters from their games. And their catalogue, they also put out Card City Nights 1 and 2, which similarly feature a crossover of characters from their games. Those games including It'll Do, Princess Remedy, which I've played before on stream. That was a fun time. Both of those games. Let's see. I'll be playing Space Hunk today. It's related to one of the other games that I'm playing today. So another It'll Do, some contract stuff, and Alien Chaos 3D was on the 3DS. Some of these other smaller indie stuff. This is what I'm playing today. The point is, as you look through their catalog, you can go to Daniel's own site, which archives a lot of his old game projects stretching back to 2004, I believe. And within them are a lot of like concepts, prototypes, predecessors to stuff that would come later in their catalog. This is a nice little collage of the various things he's done over that time and things he's proud of. And we'll be seeing some of those today. Yeah. So today I'm focusing on a sub-series within the Remar and Ludosity family, and that would be Hyper Princess Pitch, which was preceded by Garden Gnome Carnage, and there's a few spin-offs along the way. And as you might know or not, among the Ludosity catalog, there's tons of crossovers, Easter eggs all the time, so it's a lot of fun to have a broad knowledge of that history. So a couple of things that I'm playing today are also contained in these scrap packs, which is a little bundle of things that Daniel put together. Concepts, prototypes, game jam entries, and some finished games that I wouldn't put alongside others on my site because they're either incomplete, crappy, or both. And recently, he went through in July 2021, updated a lot of the games for accessibility for modern systems, which is great. So it's never been a better time to get into this stuff. They also contain, they each have a little text file, a lot of useful information. So without any further ado, why don't we get started on the first game today, which is Garden Gnome Carnage. This is a game that I thought I would have to fire up Flashback to play the Flash version, but helpfully Daniel in that big update has included, has made it available for modern systems now, along with a lot of updates. So originally this was a Game Maker game in 2007, much like a lot of Remar's games originally were made in Game Maker. In 2010, 3 years after the initial release, he made a Flash version, which was also released on Android and Xbox 360. Why don't I navigate to the game's page for a second? Yeah, so you'll see some of that information here anyway. And that subsequent release expanded on the original one, but as of the version 5 update, all of the improvements made for the Flash version and more have been ported into this PC compatible version. And from the text file, I've written one line that sets up the game. Garden gnomes don't like holidays. Stop the elves, which I think is very appropriate for this time of year. We're approaching Christmas, and don't the shopping centers want you to know about it? So let's fight back against that and destroy Christmas. Yay! Hello, Given. I hope you're doing well. I'm not doing so well. I'm not having a great week, but hopefully games will help. Right. What is this? This is crazy. How's the audio balance? I think it's a little loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Okay. Down with Christmas, says Given. Let's check out the info. What? I guess I pressed the wrong button. Oh yeah, I've got my Joy to key up, which I... Oh no, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll try a different button. This one? Yeah, okay, cool. Garden gnomes don't like holidays. There it is again. You, a gnome of the big city, have had enough of those pesky elves climbing your skyscraper to drop gifts down the chimney. You put remote control wheels on the skyscraper and tie yourself to the chimney with a bungee rope. This holiday, the elves will fly. You are the garden gnome. And I'll demonstrate the rest of this as I play. Yeah. So it's like a score chasing game, action game. Pretty cool stuff. I did it again. I've got my start button mapped to like escape or something, I guess, for use in various of these games, but let's do it. Spacebar to grab bricks, shift to call an airstrike. Don't let the elves reach the chimney. So we're controlling this house, this 4-story house. We can move it side to side, but we can also use the gnome to grab a brick and then release it to throw the brick, or no, press once and then press again, I guess. And you can also use the gnome to whack the elves by manipulating the stretchy bungee rope, reminding me a little bit of Umihara Kawase. So we can hit the sleighs out of the sky, we can hit the elves on the ground, and if we're in a bind, we can grab a brick and hurl it to cause a little bit of an explosion. If we're really getting overwhelmed, we can hit shift, which I don't remember what I've mapped it to. And in a reference to Mortal Kombat's Toasty, I think it's in the text file who that is, but the face of that guy will pop up and say, whoopee. Oh, come on. There we go. You can get combos too by knocking things into each other. So it's just a lot of fun. It's very silly. And there's a cat. I think the cat does something different. Or maybe not. Oh no!
Holy smokes, that was close.
Crikey. And somebody said, holy smokes, that was close. Could have been Daniel or any number of other people. He seems to be well connected in the Swedish indie development scene. There's a lot of friends there. Oops. Oh, okay, so you can accidentally knock the cat off, but if you let the cat go up, it will refill the bricks on your skyscraper. Which I haven't really been using, I'm just focusing more on the bungee mechanic. No worries, mate. This is really cool. Oops, I hit the cat. My mistake. Another mechanic is these elves that are sort of... They have a present on their head. That's kind of protection for them. They can't be... They can't be defeated in the normal way. They can only be knocked around, and you have to knock them off screen to beat them. So that's the end of my run there. Rank in. My name is of course. Oh, the A and D keys control the wind. So there's a lot of mechanics. Complex. It's a complex game. I'm gonna dip into the text file that came with the game now, just to make sure I haven't missed anything from that run. I'll show you what I'm doing too. There you go. Gibbon says, this harkens back to an age of flash games, the likes of which I would play in the lab in middle school. Nice. Yeah, I feel like the flash games I played were a lot simpler than this. So this was like 2007. So that's actually a year after I graduated high school. So yeah, we didn't have anything like that back then. But again, you're older than me, so yours would have been even more simple, maybe. Anyway, let's see. Each time you lose, you are given a random pro tip, which I just did learn about the wind that I can control. I haven't mapped that to my controller, so I might not make use of it. I'll just focus on the basic mechanics in this next run. Let's give it another go. So yeah, I'll be playing this for a little bit, and then when I get bored of it, there's a couple other games to play before I get to Hyper Princess Pitch, which is probably the most full-featured game in this little sub-series. Now, if you are not familiar with the Source games, but you have played Slap City, you might know the character Goddess of Explosions as one of the playable characters in that one. I'm just going to try the wind a little bit. Yeah, you can see the snow changes direction. So, I don't know, it seems a little bit like situational or very niche in its use. So the Goddess of Explosions is related to the Pitch character. She might turn up here. I think I saw her on the title screen.
I can see my house from here.
But, yeah, she is the mother of Pitch. So Pitch is, I guess, a demigoddess or something. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thanks, Gibbon. I didn't switch the thing back over. There we go. It was just the basic stuff so far, anyway. Let's try some more brick stuff. That's fun. Of course, we do have a rendition of a traditional Christmas carol, which is the very thing that we want to rebel against right now. Oh yeah. When the cat appeared just then, which I didn't notice last time, a little icon saying friend appeared, which I think was added in that recent update, just to tell to make sure the player knows that the cat is friendly. Of course, it's hard to... Okay, the cat's a little bit faster than the elves, so we might be able to separate it. Oops, well, never mind. Poor kitty. The graphical style of the kitty seems a little bit different to the elves as well, which is fun. It looks more like it belongs in Princess Remedy, the single color sprite style. Detail added by omitting pixels on the sprite for a bit of spacing. That's fun. Okay. It was, crikey. That was very close. Yeah, it's when you get a good combo is when the whoopee appears. Okay, that was close. Of course, we have a limited number of bricks. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. The cat actually made it just before those present elves, and... Oh, I should have done an airstrike, but never mind. Yeah, when the cat makes it in, there's a little explosion that clears away anything else that's around there at the time. And yeah, one elf getting in is all it takes to end your game. Let's just examine this title screen a little bit more closely. If you're familiar with another of Remar's games, Iggy, which is a 2008, like, I don't know, it's described as a Metroidvania, but having played it now, it's more like a series of semi-non-linear levels. In fact, it's a lot like Muri, to be honest. Anyway, this is a popular freeware game that's been around for a while. And yeah, the art style reminds me of that. I've just been playing that for the first time this morning. And it's really good, actually, but much too long to feature in any significant way on this stream. As for this title screen, there's our gnome, of course, with the nice mirrored shades, but you can actually see Princess Pitch pitching herself out of that window below, so we'll be playing as her in a later game today. Let's have another few runs. Maybe we'll get some more pro tips. I think we actually got the same pro tip there as last time. Oh, looking at the UI bar, actually, we have a whoopee meter, which presumably will fill up as we do combos or something. But obviously things can get very chaotic in this game quickly. But that's, yeah, I think it's well tuned. To have lots of crazy happenings going on. It's fun. Yeah, this is a really good game. And like the graphics I'm in love with as well. They're very charming. So what's your least favorite Christmas carol, Gibbon? I don't like the ones that are about snow and winter, because that's not my experience of Christmas. It's summer here at Christmas. It's really weird. Often when we get together with family, my sister-in-law will insist on putting on a playlist of Australian Christmas songs out of like Apple Music or whatever. And it's awful, and she knows it's awful, but she makes us suffer through it. Anyway, whenever an Australian sings like White Christmas or something, it's like, who you fooling, mate? It's very strange. Kitty! Come here, kitty. It's the same color as my own Midna in real life. Come on. It's so hard to be precise with this. Oh, if I drop a brick like that, it's getting too close. I need to do, yeah. I need to do an airstrike. It looks like we've got 3 airstrikes per game. I actually dropped a brick which flung the cat higher up onto the building right there. From the ground level. That's fun. Oops. Cool. The random little voice clips and stuff is another kind of signature feature of some of Remar's games. Never mind. Still the same pro tip. Maybe you have to get a better score to get more pro tips. Given responds that it's a tough call on what's the worst Christmas Carol because so many of them are bad. There is a special place in hell for the creator of Santa Baby, however. Yeah, that's not a great one. I do kind of like the style of the song, if not the lyrics. Depending on who's doing the rendition of it, of course. But only if I'm in the exact right mood, of course. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know to grab the bricks. It's actually a little strange how large this garden gnome is compared to, well, the house and also the elves. But I guess it's one of those novelty giant garden gnomes I've heard so much about. Not really. Can't say I'm much of a garden gnome connoisseur. Although I probably should look into... So, when I was growing up, my grandparents had a series of children's books about gnomes. This is kind of maybe where the modern popular notion of gnomes with pointy red hats comes from. I think it's derived from kind of Nordic folklore, but yeah, I just remember that the books had an illustration on their spine that if you had a series of them and put them on the bookshelf, it would line up and create a larger image. Kind of like the Dragon Ball tankobons or whatever. The spectacle of this game is quite amusing. Yeah. When you get on a roll, it's very cool. Ooh, gold bricks. What does that do? I don't like that present. Go away. I'll try and grab a gold brick and see what it does. I did see the gold brick on the title screen and wondered what that meant. Oops, what happened? Oh, an elf made it to the chimney, I guess, without me noticing. Well, that's rough. I don't think I even got to see a gold brick in action. Dang. Oh, did I get a pro tip there? What? No pro tips? There's the credits too, by the way. The upper Kurt is the whoopee guy, Eric Thalander. That's cool. So yeah, like I suspected, a bunch of contemporaries of Remar are involved in a minor way as a bit of fun collaboration. So I'm clawing my way up that leaderboard on the left there. DCR, Daniel something Remar, of course, is #1. I'm approaching the score of Cat right now. Hopefully I can overtake Cat. And we haven't seen Pitch yet. I don't know the circumstances or conditions for her to appear, but I guess it might be a good goal, considering what we're working towards on this stream, to maybe see her appear before we move on to the next game today. But I'm having fun. This is just a bit of silly fun. Like Gibbon says, it's nostalgic, reminds you of days when you were supposed to be doing homework. You're not playing a dedicated console because you're supposed to be on a computer where you're, you know, doing actual productive things, but who can stop you from having fun and playing games? Nobody. Nobody can stop you. So I definitely understand that feeling. I think I must have said this before, but the most popular Flash game around at my school was Slime Volleyball, which was very basic. You were just... It was a two-player game, although I think there were one-player modes as well. A basic volleyball setup. You were playing as a semicircle, presumably made of slime, and you just move back and forward and jump to knock the ball over the net to the other side. Ooh, okay, time to start using bricks, I think. But the sleighs are the key. Oh, nuts! Tried to airstrike because I saw that elf approaching from the sleigh. Didn't quite make it. I can't believe that definitely said Pro Tip 1, but it just didn't save for some reason on the Pro Tip screen. I don't know what's going on there. Looks like you can only grab the lighter red bricks from the center of the house. That makes sense. So a fun thing to do whenever you play any of these games is to go on the Ludosity wiki, a fan-maintained resource, and you'll often find that a character or concept from the particular game has been used in other games from the company and from the creators. Most often in Card City Nights 1 or 2, which of course fill up the content of, you know, the trading card aspect with a lot of art and, you know, characters and stuff from these games. So, for example, Moody, which I played last week, has, I think, 4 cards in Card City Nights, including, you know, the characters as well as the climactic... Oh, I reacted by airstriking, but I'd actually already knocked that elf away with the gnome. Yeah, the climactic moment of Earth's absorption and destruction and recreation is represented on a card. Gonna run out of airstrikes soon. So yeah, maybe it was when the cat was flashing that it made the gold bricks, but I don't know how to cause that. Oh, that was so close. But I think holding the brick might also adjust the momentum of the gnome. Maybe? Maybe not. Very good, very good. Oh no! Yeah, precision is pretty tricky with this thing. I don't know if I've got high enough to overtake Cat yet. No, not yet. Also haven't seen Pitch. I'm gonna check that text file one more time. Princess Pitch now appears from the chimney if you win the minigame, is in the version history for the most recent update. I didn't know there was a minigame, how about that? Parachuting diamond brick elves now create 5 golden bricks when exploding. Enemies still on screen after Whoopi, you can start Whoopi eligible combos. Oh, there's so much. There are mechanics here that I haven't even got to yet. There's a button mashing minigame that was replaced to make it easier. Yeah, a good run. Let's do one more. I don't know, I'll resign myself to not seeing pitch, but we'll do another one and then we'll move on. It's a silly little game and you can get it from Daniel Remar's website. I don't know if it's still on Android. I feel like Android has a better track record for keeping things around than iOS does, where with new software versions, old games, if they're not updated, they become incompatible, which is a shame. Although, oh, there was a bit of news about that, actually, that I wanted to share. During my stream of post-Rare Devs mobile games, I was going to play Croco Bongo, only to find that it was incompatible with my current hardware. Since then, it has been updated in some way, possibly automatically by Apple's systems or something. But the point is, I can now play it again, which, you know, would have been great when I was doing the stream. But maybe I'll do a follow-up mini stream, or maybe combine it with a couple other things. And yeah, I definitely want to represent that on here because Croco Bongo is really cool. Anyway, that's for another day. Oh, and one more thing about Croco Bongo. Some enterprising individual has ripped the soundtrack, edited it together in a really pleasing way, and it's all up on YouTube now, so you can find that somehow. I should say it out loud, so I'm just gonna look it up because I posted it in chat the other day. And it should be right there for me to reference by going to this channel. So the name of the channel that's uploaded it is Stumble Rose Secondary Channel. So that's rose like the flower, stumble like falling over, etc. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, I don't know if this is on Android. Somebody with Android can check that. It's probably not on Xbox anymore. Maybe, who knows? Well, I guess they don't really delist things from there too often. But you definitely might not necessarily be able to play it on more modern Xboxes than 360. I will not guarantee that. Oh, no cat! Poor kitty. Really wonder how this minigame shows up. Well, okay. So one thing is the level, which presumably just goes up with score or number of elves defeated. In the top right corner, my level is increasing, which will then presumably just increase the difficulty. But maybe there's some kind of milestone you can reach that then causes a minigame to start or something. Oops! Yeah, that was close. Thanks. Yes. Oh, that's always feels really good when you can knock an elf down who's getting very worrying. You know what this kind of reminds me of is Olive Wars. I played that with my brother during the 40 Games stream. It was a really silly little kind of shooter game that we had on the 40 Games compilation for Windows 95. And the fun thing about that was you could get these chain reactions, knocking vegetables out of the sky that would then hit other ones and create a chain of many vegetables being knocked down. So that was fun. And this has a similar feel. Oh, I was trying to avoid the cat, but precision is difficult. Let's just deal with that. Oh no! There we go. Cool. Whoops, I hit the wrong button there. I was mashing airstrike by mistake, and now I've run out. But I have gained a friend. I don't know what that is. Oh. It's Pitch, so we saw her at last. She had a reference for us from Super Mario 64. Of course, she's based on Princess Peach, but she's Pitch. It's a bit different. It's legally distinct. Yeah, in the intro to that, of course, Peach has that letter that says, "I baked a cake for you." And here she said, "I've baked an airstrike for you. Please come to the window." I think I missed it. I didn't get the airstrike, so that's too bad. But we have seen Pitch, so that's fulfilled that goal of mine. Oh, nuts. I'm not sure who that little character was, the yellow one who was helping me, but that's cool. I feel like I saw a lot more of the game that time. We got a better score, we beat the cat, and we saw Pitch, so that's lovely. So let's move on. Cool stuff. Oof. It's getting warm. I'm going to take off my jumper. I know, it's radical. So the next game I'm playing is not the next one chronologically, but I'm going to play ones that are thematically relevant or mechanically related. Oh. Which means we're jumping to 2011 and Scrap Pack 2, which was, I showed you, available on Daniel Remar's website. Within Scrap Pack 2, one of the little prototypes that he'd made was one called Garden Gnome Tactics. So let's launch that. And as you can see, it's a kind of play on... Yeah, that works? Okay. It's a play on the same aesthetic that we just had. Because I'm in full screen, I actually can't see the chat right now. I wonder if I can... Oh, well, that just quits. All right. You know, normally I would have my iPad, but I completely forgot about it. I'm going to go grab it. While I do that, I'll load this up and you can get a brief preview of what it's going to look like. I'll be 30 seconds. Another Flash game we played a lot in high school is one that I don't remember the name of. It was a little bit similar to Luftrausers, but it's not Luftrausers, clearly. Sat in Pearl Harbor. You were bombing ships. You know what? I'm sure I've talked about this before too. This ship bombing game. Anyway. Alright. I now have the Twitch stream on my iPad. Wonderful. Oh, you know, I said I would show the other window, and I didn't because I didn't change the thing. Sorry about that. This is what I wanted to show you. And this little icon here. By the way, there's a lot of cool, fun little experiments to experience in these. So I do recommend just downloading them and trying each and every one of them. You'll have a unique experience. Although a warning about this final one, it's a visual novel that deals with some pretty heavy themes. And it made me sad. Okay, so, and I will be playing some of these that I found particularly interesting on next week's stream. So that should be fun. But for now, I'm playing Garden Gnome Tactics, the follow-up to Garden Gnome Carnage. And I will remember to change the window this time. Please, please, work with me. So this is apparently only full screen Tactics. Tactics.exe. Right. I won't actually play much of this because it's designed as a two-player game. I don't think there's an option for one player. Let me see, just checking some of the text here. Yep. So you can see some of the same sprites reused with the elves and the sleighs, but we've got 3 buttons. Each player has 3 buttons. CVB, IOP. So it's designed to be played on the same keyboard with 2 people, and you move your squads around in real time. So it's a real-time strategy game. Yeah, it is actually the same music. Yeah, good point. I didn't notice that. And as they approach each other, you then can press your attack button. Nope, that's change. Attack is this one. And they throw, in this case, explosive presents at each other. Now it's defaulted to the next unit. No, it hasn't. We have to change manually. You'd cycle through your units, which include the sleighs, the cannons, and the squadrons of elves. And then when the sleigh attacks, it charges forward in a straight line. And you can grow spikes. And then the cannon, you hold it down, whoop, this one, and then that'll shoot out gold bricks. So as you can see, everything is references to Garden Gnome Carnage. So it's difficult playing this by myself against myself, but the idea is you're attacking the HQ, and while somebody's doing that, the other player is attacking the units that the other one isn't paying attention to and stuff. So yeah, it's about splitting your attention or taking advantage of your opponents and stuff. Yeah, and you can destroy your own HQ like this. And there's tons of levels with different layouts. There's even a secret level, which you get by doing something. I think it's written in the text file, so I'll just check that. Yeah, hints and secrets. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a stats page that's you get to by entering the Konami code. So let's try that. Yeah, pretty basic. Oops, I've closed the game. I want to show you the secret level, and then we'll just move on. Oh, 2000. Okay, there was a note 2009 there. So the Scrap Pack 2 was 2011. This was made in 2009. So yeah, so we're going to highlight quit game and then press A, and that creates a new level on the screen there. Bonus level, Princess Peach's Revenge, and she is here on screen in the middle, defending or attacking both sides, perhaps. Oh, we can't. Oh yeah, you can fall in the water. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. So you can sort of recruit her if you get close to her, and she'll start shooting out gold bricks at your opponent. And then, yeah, so that's nice. All right, I can't really play this too well, so I'm going to quit there and move on. But that's just a fun little follow-up on the aesthetic of that game. Oh yeah, good note for this that'll tie in to the future ones as well. Daniel notes in the text file, which is included with the download, that the gameplay is based on the Amiga game, which was also ported all over the place, Commodore 64, NES, all sorts of things. It was called North and South. That's based on the American Civil War, with the whole simultaneous, real-time, direct control strategy thing, I guess. So that's fun. Right. Oh, we've got a new user in chat, LP Samuel M. Hello, Samuel. Saying, oh man, I grew up on Daniel Remar Scrap Packs. Haha. And yes, indeed, it was updated this year, because a lot of them were made on old versions of Game Maker or on Flash or whatever. In June of this year, a lot of them were updated. And let's see, Scrap Pack 2 lists that it was updated in November of this year. So yeah, for compatibility on modern systems, Daniel has very helpfully gone back and updated a lot of this old stuff so we can still play it, which is lovely. Right, let's move on. The next game I'm playing for you is Bear Miner, which again is going to be full screen, so that's fine because I have my chat a separate thing. Right, at first glance, this won't be thematically related, but the gameplay will be familiar. So use your chain axe with Z and the arrow keys. I've mapped this all to my controller. Press Control to spend some bear and enter overdrive mode. Stop the other dwarfs before they can mine all the bear. Fill your bear meter to win. Yes. And as it says, this was made by Joel Nystrom and Daniel Remar in about 25 to 30 hours for the No More Sweden compo. So it's the first time that's come up, but a lot of the stuff in the scrap packs is based on these little Game Jam prototypes. So in 2008, the first No More Sweden event was held, which was, a gathering of independent developers in Sweden to create little games, little game jam thing. The prompt was climb, bear, and you have to. So they combined that into you have to climb the bear, which seems like a reference to you have to burn the rope. Yeah, all right. So let's try it out. And by the way, the last No More Sweden was held in 2018, or the latest one. So it seems like they haven't done it for a few years. The proud winner of the worst water effects category. Okay. So we're going to be hearing this. Get used to it. Samuel says, "What a legend," referring to Daniel Remar. Wonder if the Princess Pitch level is new to them. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. It might be new. And yes, Samuel asked if Bear Miner is the one with the crazy vocal song. Indeed it is, as you can hear. No More Sweden is so dang legendary, says Samuel. A lot of Cactus's early stuff came out of there too. Oh, I don't know that. I don't know the name. Can you tell me some of the games that Lotta Cactus is involved with? Yes, Samuel has played this so much. The song is etched into their frontal cortex. And yeah, Gibbon says, "What a banger. I'll let this loop play out without talking over it." Yeah, so the silly vocals is another feature of some of these games that might come up in next week's stream again, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that aspect of it. And all the lyrics are, of course, transcribed in the text files that are included in the downloads. It's basically describing the gameplay. Which, by the way, again, I'm going to bring up Umihara Kawase because the bouncy swinging as well as aiming your grapple and swinging off it. Obviously the gameplay is iterating on what was there in Garden Gnome Carnage. Ludosity Wiki even describes this as a spiritual successor, which is fair. This is also related to the greater Princess Pitch franchise because this character I'm playing as, the dwarf Bear Miner, is also the father of Princess Pitch herself. So the goddess of explosions and Bear Miner got together, and there's 3 sisters, and Pitch is one of them. And that's how it's related. But you can see that it's also an iteration on the gameplay, as I said. I haven't tried any of the other buttons. Let me just press a couple of things. I don't know what I've mapped it to. There we go. There's my rocket. That uses up, I think, some of our resource. Oh, okay. Our bear got completely mined out. So much like, I can't think of any other example, but we're on the side of a giant bear and we're mining the bear to get some kind of resource. Perhaps it's fur, perhaps it's the gooey insides. But you can use that up to shoot some rockets. Yes, okay. What else can I say? Chat. Samuel says, nowadays Cactus is most famous for Hotline Miami. Oh, okay, I've heard of that. But back in the day, it was things like Mondo Medicals, Clean Access. Oh, sorry, Clean Asia. I should move that closer so I can read it better. Clean Asia and Hot Throttle. 3 games I've not heard of, but they sound pretty interesting. Shadow of the... Gibbon says Shadow of the Bear Lossus, which that's a good call actually. Crawling on top of a giant creature, yeah, perfect. And Samuel saying, "Wow, I never knew there was a Princess Peach extended universe." Oh, there is. You have no idea. Like I said before, a lot of Ludosity games have references and crossovers with other Ludosity games, especially Daniel Remar games. So there's definitely an extended universe of Ludosity, and the best evidence for that is, of course, Card City Nights and Slap City. Wait, Slap City? Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Reach the ground. So you can knock dwarves off by bumping into them, but you can also hit them with your axe if the cursor lines up. Oh, that's... what? What's down there? It's a bunch of llamas or something. And you can bump into them. Oh, so they actually save you from a fall if you drop down. That's cute. That's cute. And I also like the mini map up there. It just shows you what's happening. That's very helpful. And yeah, clearly like Remar, Joel Nystrom, who comes up a lot in connection with him as well. They're very creative and innovative developers, because a lot of their game jam prototypes, if you look through those scrap packs, have this kind of silly tone but also interesting gameplay ideas to it. So it's a lot of fun. Whee! Whoops. Oh, I'm losing so many llamas. Oh, this is going very well. I don't think you get scored though. Let's pull out the rockets. Woo! Do they home in? No, I don't think so. But while in rocket mode, we also get a bigger axe, as you could see. Yeah, but we've also got the Garden Gnome Carnage combo system here, with the sleighs knocking them down. Works just like these dwarves. Yeah, next week I hope to show off more of the two-player simultaneous stuff, because that's another like key mechanic that shows up in a lot of scrap pack stuff. Fun ways to have two players playing at the same time, or to have an asymmetrical play experience with the two players doing different actions, either competitively or cooperatively. Really interesting stuff. Which ties slightly into the history of even Slap City, if you look into it, which I hope to cover at that point. But, oh, actually, I can talk about that a bit more next game in this stream. I'm not sure how much I should play this. Maybe this will be the last run. Because, yeah, for something made in a couple of days, you can see it's got a pretty simple loop. Doesn't have quite as many crazy events and escalation as Garden Gnome Carnage, but I think considering it's not as easy to lose as Garden Gnome Carnage, this might be a little bit more fun for an inexperienced person like me. Mastering Garden Gnome Carnage is surely a tall order, but would probably be very satisfying. Stop mining my bear. This is my bear. Samuel says, Mondo Medicals is incredible. I think you'd like it. Highly surrealistic, quite creepy, as is the sequel. asking if I ever played Healthy Weapon. That will feature on next week's stream. They say, I'm not sure whether it runs on newer platforms, but man, I loved that. Well, I've got good news for you, actually. Healthy Weapon was developed as an Android game by Regnan Straw. Sorry, I've got it written down, but it's not Remar, but it's somebody else within Ludosity. Okay, bear mining is over. I've got that written down here. Regnan Slurja. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but presumably another Swedish guy or person. Yeah, so Healthy Weapon, it was for Android. I think it's been delisted, but somebody made a conversion of it that you can play through Java on a PC. So if you go to the Ludosity wiki page for Healthy Weapon, there's a download link there. It includes Bunnybon as well, which is another Android game that they made. And yeah, you can play that on a computer by clicking on it as you would a touchscreen. So it's not quite the same as the original experience with 2 players on Android, but at least it's there, you know. So come to think of it, yeah. The idea of that one is that you have 2 people holding the same phone and interacting with the touchscreen at the same time, much like some of these other 2-player simultaneous things that I mentioned, including Garden Gnome Tactics. Oh, Samuel must... yeah, Samuel must be from around that area because they're informing me that Regan Slayer means rain veil, and marveling that I even got the O character right. Yes. Maybe you could tell me when the O has 2 dots over it. In German you call that an umlaut, but I don't think that applies to all other languages. So what do you call that in Swedish? And I know how that modifies the pronunciation of it, at least in German. I guess that applies to Swedish as well. That's great. Thanks. Okay, let's move on from Bear Miner now. What's the time? Yep, that looks good. I don't know how long Princess Pitch will take, but I will be spending some time with it. But before we get to it, there's one more kind of tether-based rope game that is really fun that I want to show you, and that is Space Hunk. Cool. So let's pick that up. This is another 2-player game, but I believe you can make it against a com. Is that in the README? Okay, if I press P, I can start a single-player match. That's good. I didn't want to have to try and control 2 players at once again. Oh my, says Gibbon. What a hunk. Indeed. That's the idea. Oh, that's not working. Hold on, I'll try the other. There's 2 versions of the game included in the download, and it hasn't been picked up by this one. Hold on. Come on. Maybe I'd press enter? Alright, I'll see if this worked. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright. So this is a competitive game, comes from around 2013. It's got that same bungee rope thing, but otherwise it's not related to the Bear Miner universe as far as I can tell. There is a secret character you can unlock, Ultra Fishbunjin 3000, who was a boss from Idle appears as one of the playable characters in Slap City. It's a muscly man type body with a fish head, basically. And you can find this one in Scrap Pack 3. It was made in 2 days for Mojam 2013. But despite that, it is surprisingly high production value. Look at those portraits. Incredible. So let's pick somebody. Everybody's got a special power except for Mark. The strongman has extra health. Cowman Rider has a longer rope. Manicorn has rainbow power at 15% HP. I don't know what that means, so maybe we'll try that. Muscle Thulhu teleports when bumped. Master Muscle has fast acceleration and reverse. And Father Russia retaliates when bumped. And Ultra Fishbunjin will appear in that other slot. So let's pick Unicorn Guy and who else? Cthulhu Guy. Oh, it's on this screen where I can press P for single player. So what I'll do is I'll put the Russia guy as player 2, and I will pick Manicorn. And now we press P. Great. Oh, I'm Russia guy. Am I? Wait. I press P, but the other player isn't moving. Oh well, we'll just do a round like this then. Got one hand on the keyboard, one on the gamepad because that's supported. Oh no, it might not be because I still have Joy to Key open. Anyway, you can see the bungee rope mechanic here, but we're playing as 2 little spaceships, which again reminds me of my beloved 40 games with the Black Hole game, which was kind of an Asteroids clone, but with 2-player. And there's a bunch of power-ups you can get. Okay, so Manicorn won that round. Let's try and unlock Ultrafish Bunjin. So we'll just pick the other characters and... Like, I press P, I'm sure I press P, but nothing else. So I press Enter this time, and it's the same, so whatever. Everyone's got a unique ship, which is fun. There's a lot of power-ups to pick up, which do different things, like make your muscle man grow larger, make you shoot out different projectiles. You can see which way your ship is facing because of the laser pointing out the front of it, which is nice and friendly. You don't have to rely on just the design of it and the smaller graphic of the rocket booster at the back or whatever. So yeah, the different pickups will do this. The health of each player is represented by the moustache in the UI, and things can get chaotic when you get a bunch of power-ups, as you can see, but basically you want to swing your man around and bash them into the other one, which is really hard to do when you're controlling 2 characters at once. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so Samuel's clarifying. Fish Bunjin is actually... Oh, fish... The bun, they seem to think is a bread bun. Okay, so I'll accept that. And the Japanese jin, meaning person. The Italju enemy is just fish bun, or fish bun, sorry. And then fish bun jin is the humanoid version of that enemy. And they are correct. They are answering my queries. The generic term for the dots in English is tremor. Umlaut actually refers to a specific function of it. Thank you for clarifying. It works exactly like in German, though. Turns it into something more similar to an air sound rather than an ot sound. And indeed, Samuel is from Stockholm. Awesome. I've met the Ludosity boys at various cons, they say. Awesome. That is really cool. Yeah. I assume they're nice in person, nice people. So yeah, great to have a Swede on board for this stream, so yeah, I'm glad you're here. Oh, Samuel remembers being over the moon when Italdu came out for their dear Ouya after having loved the prototype featured in the scrap pack. Indeed, there is an alpha version of Italdu in one of the scrap packs that you can download as well, so another little gem in there. Yeah, the Ouya. I think Gibbon has an Ouya too. It's not something that I jumped on, but I've always been curious about it. When they have secondhand ones at my local secondhand shop, I sometimes consider it. Although it's a bit out of date now. I don't know how much use it would be to me at this point. Especially considering I have a Raspberry Pi that I can do emulation on. Homebrewed and all that. Yeah. Gibbon does have an Ouya. What was your favorite Ouya game, Gibbon? Tell us some of your Ouya experiences. And Samuel too, if you've got any more stories about having an Ouya, that would be fun to hear. Oh yeah, so they start whacking when they're in range. Looks like. Woo! I'm just being chaotic, not really trying anything because it's too hard to think about. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected and what I thought. As Samuel says, most of all the Ouya exclusives are on PC nowadays. There isn't much reason to get one now. I was happy with my purchase back then, though. Gibbon used it to play the Taxman Sonic games on a TV, among other Android games that had controller support. Yeah, that's a really cool use for it, definitely. Okay, I've definitely played as everyone now between the two players, but I guess you have to do it as one of the players? I don't know. If only I could get single player working. Anyway, suffice it to say that Fish Bun Jin will appear there when you've played a game with everyone. It's taking too long and too weird to play it solo, but yeah, I thought that was fun. It's just another iteration on that swinging bungee type mechanic. So that's cool. Let's move on now at the hour mark. Usually my streams go for 2 hours, so the second half of this stream will be devoted more focused on Hyper Princess Peach. Yeah, so let's get into that now. This is a game from 2011, so it's a little bit before Space Hunk, but it's building on the lore of Garden Gnome Carnage and Bear Miner, and the production value is a little higher, I think, for this one. That's so good. Oh, you didn't even see it. I'll capture that, sorry. I'm gonna launch the game again, and will it do it?
More explosions.
Okay, whew. I only missed a tiny bit, but this title screen's really funny. There you go. More explosions. The character who was just blasted in front of the computer monitor is, as you might expect by this point, from another Daniel Remar game. It's from, what was it called? Man Enough from Scrap Pack 2. I will definitely play that next week, so you'll see the origin of that Jeff person. Okay. Let me see. Oh, interesting. Some other games that Samuel played were Italdew, Amazing Frog, which was a hilarious physics-based number that presaged the simulator craze, Bomb Squad, a physics-based Bomberman-like. Lots of great indies. Yeah. That's definitely the impression I get of the Ouya. It was embraced by a number of indies, but it was unfortunately just not successful enough to continue. Anyway, Hyper Princess Peach. It's a fun little game. We're going to see that character again that I said was influenced by Princess Peach, or like a parody of her. You can tell from the look of the character. The game itself was more inspired by the DOS classic Operation Carnage, which I didn't notice until just thinking about it before, but Daniel Remar seems to like the word carnage because it pops up a few times. Anyway, if you know anything about that game, you'll know what this plays like. Top-down shooter, room-based. You progress through a kind of maze. Let's see, what else? Okay, well, we'll cover all that as we play, I think. I'll check some of these other menu bits, though. Oh, is this actually picking up my controller? Yes, it is. Lovely. I don't need Joy to key then. Okay. Oh. It's picking up the arrow keys, but not the buttons. So maybe I do need it after all. Oh, stop. Yep. So her initial weapon is throwing bricks. Classic. But we're going to be fighting those elves again. The story here... I think there's a story section, so yeah, Cat Strike is back. Yeah, so there's power-ups we can get. There's the enemies we'll be fighting. Classic enemy list with scores, much like the DOS classics that this is homaging. Yeah, well, my dad mines bears. That's the Bear Miner reference for you. That's where that comes from. Since ignoring her duties as princess, Peach has been hanging with her friends in a literal house on wheels. She's the sole reason no one entered through the front door during the Battle of Garden Gnome Carnage. There's a good lamp shading of that Catstrike. As Pitch's trusted ally, he carries her into battle and performs precision strikes from above. He and his cousin, Cat, never got any presents from Mecha Santa as kittens, and Kitten strikes. He now craves revenge. Mecha Santa is the enemy. Peace and love. Mecha Santa wants to make the world a better place. The walking tanks and cannons are just the anti-pitch defense systems. He's mastered 15 self-defense techniques, but will hold back on them depending on Pitch's skill level. This is my indoor voice! The goddess of explosions, as seen in Slap City. Pitch's mother. As an immortal, she finds the world boring. Fortunately, one of her special powers is making boxes and barrels explosive. Currently relaxing in a secret magical spring, she can grant Pitch her most powerful move. Yeah, I guess so. Samuel saying, dude, Nicholas Strum did the music for Princess Pitch. He also did the Swords of Ditto, Grapefruit's Hold Down, and Ribbon's Capsule, Spin the Bottle. Cult classic chiptune composer. Oh, that's cool. I might have even heard some of his work before. Yep. So that's cool. Options. Ooh, pro tips. Yes, please. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, the counter. I've read about this. If you input a button combo when not firing and land on X, you get hidden power-ups. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there you go. As Samuel was saying, Nicholas Strum. And the rest. Okay. Let's get started. So you can tune your difficulty based on how hard you are, and you'll get more score but less extra lives. And with the special conditions of easiest and hardest, let's start on, say, Combat Lady, and notice that it also changes the sprite of Pitch to have a different kind of headgear, which is a lot of fun. Alright, we'll start on normal mode.
Santa and his robot elves are planning to spread joy and presents all over the world.
How hideous.
But it sure didn't give me any presents when I was a kid. If I don't get presents, no one should. Come on, Catstrike. Let's take him down before the world becomes a happier place.
Amazing, I love that.
Let's go.
Okay, yep, I will need to, hang on, fire? Okay, so yeah, we got different weapons that we switch between, and the shoot button. And you can hold down that button, you keep moving, you keep aiming in that direction while moving. And yeah, our main weapon is bricks, much like in Garden Gnome Carnage. Samuel still hasn't played Strawberry Jam. That's definitely on my list for next week's stream. I wonder if I'll get to all the things I want to play from those scrap packs and Remar's website. I hope so. Right, so as we move through this maze, there's different rooms that we get to, but oh, so many things going on here. We got some power-ups, we got the gold bricks. Yeah, so the way progression works is that after, I think, 8 rooms, any 8 rooms, you will encounter a boss, guaranteed, and that's when you go to the next stage if you beat them. But you will encounter different mini-bosses depending on how you progress through those rooms. So the layout is the same, and there'll be different mini-bosses there to encounter, but you'll always hit a boss after 8 screens. So that's interesting. I'll probably do a couple of runs and try and see some variations of the content. There's also a bonus stage that you can find by doing certain conditions. Let's try that counter pile driver thing. Oops, nope, that's bad. Okay. Nope, maybe it's contact. Oh, okay, that pose she does, that's counter. So, it just stops projectiles, but I think if I was in range of an enemy, I might be able to do a cool move. Let's try it. Oops, I died. Cat Strike dropped me off there. Strawberry Jam was just known as the Strawberry Game for a long time. Oops. Why did that happen? I didn't tell that to happen, did I? Alright, here's the first boss. It's an elf on a giant sleigh. We'll use one of our other weapons to get through this bit better. The ice weapon can destroy projectiles. That's nice. Try the other one. Whoops. Rainbow bounces off walls, apparently. It's not too hard to avoid these projectiles, so... Yeah, this music actually is really cool. So good to know who was behind it. Of course, Daniel Remar seems very good about crediting everyone involved in these little projects. If it's not in the game, it'll be in that text file that I mentioned that's included with each game. Oof. Samuel is wondering, in retrospect, I wonder if this game was inspired by Smash TV. Well, in the text file, it specifically calls out that it was inspired by the DOS game Operation Carnage, but Smash TV is definitely in that same lineage of top-down twin-stick shooters, even if you didn't have twin sticks at the time. They later became known as twin-stick shooters, I guess, but yeah. Shooters like this have always been a popular genre, starting with Robotron 2040, whatever it was. What was that? Did I have to do something special with that present? Anyway, when I get to stage 4, I'm going to remind myself what that special condition was, because there's a bonus level you can find if you do the right thing at the right time. Oop. I wonder if this would be more comfortable with the stick. You know what? It might. Ow. Since you have free movement. Yeah, I'll be using the stick. And luckily I found the triple shot pickup. There's a lot of power-ups and pickups in Carnage. Oop. Nice. I managed to accidentally do a pile driver. And you do have to time it as well. Oh, nice. I got the Catalyte bonus. That's right out of Operation Carnage. I watched a little bit of footage of it after reading about that inspiration, just to see what it was like, and the satellite thing is definitely right out of there. I think this is one of the mini bosses here. Oops. So yeah, the satellite thing, it orbits around you, but also shoots out its own projectiles. Oh, cool. So the Cat Strike is a pickup that you can find. That's why that happened. But if you approach those presents without shooting, you'll get some pickups. Okay, I'm beginning to get a handle on the mechanics here. That's cool. Oops, I thought I destroyed the mech, but it was still active. Rainbow Shot is probably... Oh, that's such a cool effect when you hit an enemy with a Rainbow Shot and they sort of fracture and dissolve into nothingness. Pitch's voice is also very charming. She calls out every pickup she gets. Oh, next boss, Mecha Santa. No, not the Mecha Santa. Some kind of elf drone. Whoops. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. I've just realized something else. You see that little X over there? One of the tips was that if you pile drive onto the X, you'll get extra pickups. So that's something to try for if you want a bit of a skill bonus. Oops. I've only managed to pull off the counter once though. Samuel's asking me something which, if I can tear my eyes away from this action for 1 second, I will try and address. So this is one of Remar's most enduring games, one that he placed a lot of emphasis on. What's your take? Why do you think that is? That's a really good question. Yeah, like he seems really proud of Iggy, which I'm playing right now, but yeah, I have noticed that this is definitely one of the more popular ones he's done. I think part of the reason could be because it's one of his...
Awesome.
That was awesome.
Extra life.
It's one of his independent games. He's done a lot of work with and for Ludosity, and they're thanked in the credits here as well. Like, he's a key part of that company, that indie studio. But this is still like his own thing, and it's one of the more recent ones that is, I guess, technically outside Ludosity, or I don't really know the details, but that's what it seems like. So that could be part of it, and the fact that it's building on his earlier work as well with Garden Gnome Carnage. Oh great, got some tougher mecha elves here. But also it's really polished, and like everything about it, it feels good to play, it looks really good. It's got a lot of fun voice work in it as well. So it's a really nice package. It seems to have a high skill ceiling as well as being accessible. So there's just a lot of reasons I think why this is so enduring. I can't really speak to Remar's own feelings on it, but I have speculated a bit about it now. I don't know, what do you think, Samuel? You've met the guy. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. Oops. I'm glad there's a bit of mercy with my health bar. It's not like in Garden Gnome Carnage where one failure and your run is over. This is a bit more of a persistent action game or whatever. What's that? It's like a sickle wearing a Santa hat. Whoa! The flood of elves, that's very fun. See, look at this. All that action happening, no slowdown at all. This game is just really cool. And it's also building on an earlier thing in a popular genre. So all these reasons, I don't know. Alright, time to use some of my extra weapon now that I'm being really overwhelmed here. Oh wow, okay. Oh yeah, I should remember to use pile driver as well, although there isn't an X on this screen. Let's try it anyway. Oh, the thing ran into me before I could pull it off. Oh well, Cat Strike will help me a little bit. Ooh, that was cool. Next time I see an X, I'm definitely going to try and hit it. Well, no X here, never mind. Oh. Even the ice can't destroy those big green projectiles. What is this Pac-Man guy? Uh-oh, what do I do? Oh right, I go down here. I almost died there, that's real bad. Oof. Yes. Without losing that last life.
Awesome.
Cool.
Extra life.
Samuel just remembered Bunny Bon out of nowhere. That was a dang good game. Yeah, while researching Ludosity, I found that there's still a version of Bunny Bond 2 on the iOS App Store, and it's free now. So I played that through the whole thing. Didn't take long. That's a cool little kind of experiment, like a lot of their things. But it's a simple kind of auto jumping platformer where you touch opposite sides of the screen to move the character, and it's like puzzle platforming kind of thing. Right, so in terms of the impact of this game, Samuel had this to say: I believe it might be because it's sort of a culmination of his earlier work. As you mentioned, it ties narratively into his older games, so it's one that would have been brewing for a long time. Yeah, good call. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons, I think, and I'm glad I'm finally playing it because I'm enjoying it a lot.
Let's go.
Okay, the Ho-Ho Showdown. I might have actually missed the bonus thing. Let me just check. Oh, okay. I had to actually counter that boss to get to the bonus stage. That's what it was. So I'll do that on my next run. I'll do another run or two. There's another special thing I can do that I can show off. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about that's kind of annoying me at the moment is that on Ludosity's website, currently it's just full of 404s. So there's a lot of links from remar.se, Daniel's base, that are supposed to link to Ludosity games that he was involved with on their website, but they're retooling it and you can't get to any of them right now. Oops, I shouldn't have shot that present. So yeah, that's been pretty frustrating, but you can find most of their stuff just like on Steam if you're just looking for versions of it on the PC, or I guess you can look at like their movie games profile. But yeah, it made researching these streams a little bit harder when like I just wasn't able to access their game pages at all. Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so let's... Oh! Whoa, what? Who's this? It's turned into bullet hell. Yeah, take that. Okay, on this screen, I'm going to use a secret code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, and my mother, the goddess of explosions, shows up to destroy everything. That is a secret code that you can use once per game, and will do that screen clearing attack as you saw. But there's other secrets to find. There's a secret thing that I will look up for the next run, as well as the bonus stage, which will give you a secret weapon. I'm sure there's many Easter eggs to find in here as well. Oh. Haven't seen any more X's, by the way, when I remember to look. What do you think of this tile pattern on the ground there? Kind of looks like a little dog. Very cute. Samuel says, I think I missed Bunny Bond 2. That was on Ouya too, apparently. I need to find a way to play that somehow. Yeah, like I said, it's still on iOS. I hope it's still on Android.
A world of joy and laughter and presents for all.
I got a present for you, all right.
Too right. Oops. Cowabunga. So he's calling out his different attacks. I'm using Rainbow to get a bit more coverage. I didn't manage that pile driver anymore, did I? Oh, cool. Samuel has just found an APK for Bunny 1-2. Booted it up. I totally remember this, they say. I must have played it, probably. Well, it's pretty similar to the first one, although I think it's got new levels. I've been hoarding my extra ammo too much for this. You can hit him in the back when his arms are out like that by rebounding the shots of the rainbow. Oops. Oh, almost ran into that. Oh, I'm out of rainbow, but I still have ice. Oh, wait, what? Oh, ice doesn't destroy these ones. That's too bad. It's short range too, so it's pretty risky. I'll just use bricks. Ow. Come on. Oh well. Nice. So that was a vanilla run of Hyper Princess Pitch. Aww. He's given her a gift for the first time. How nice. Oh! Oh no! Oh, it's on. It was a trick gift.
Princess! Awesome.
You're right, that was awesome. So, Combat Lady finished. One pile driver successfully accomplished. Yeah, land on X, so I'll try that. Counter the giant rainbow laser. Ah, okay, yeah, I'll try that too. Summon Goddess. I read about that, so I cheated. And you'll get more tips by completing harder difficulties.
Awesome.
Oh, what? 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 Ah, whatever. That's me. Oh, cool. So this will be a bunch of references as well. It'll use there. I don't know. Really Shooter is in the scrap pack. I'll play that next week. Cat, of course. Tetron is the villain of Hero, which is one of the ones on the website. Bear Miner is there, and Helsari, which is I've heard that very recently. It was in Iji. Helsari is like one of the alien characters mentioned. Yeah, I haven't met them yet, but yeah, there you go. And there would have been another reference there that I've knocked off. Too bad. Right, let's do another run. Maybe I'll bump up the difficulty this time. Battle Princess. So I will just quickly check where that bonus stage is. Okay. Oh yes, much like Moody, this has cheat codes. We can make ourselves invincible, extra lives, more ammo for the weapons, make power-ups last the whole stage, skip a stage, or toggle serious explosions. And that's all done with similar codes. Let me see. Oh wow. Yeah, there's all sorts of secrets and crazy things to find. Okay, I thought I had to go to a specific place for something, but I don't think so. Well, let's try and find this secret room in stage 1. And then I'll try and get to that bonus stage as well. Okay, cool. Right. Do I plan on playing Space Nerd? Yes, I will. That's going to be on the docket. I'll tell you what I'm playing next week. Hero Core, Retro Battle, Cast of Elite, Space Nerd, Man Enough, Metroid, Paranoid Fish, Strawberry Jam, Really Shooter, Bromancing Saga 2, Healthy Weapon, Bunny Bon, and Bop Saber. So some of those are non-Remar games, but related Ludosity, smaller projects. Right, let's get into another run. Battle Princess mode. Go. Yeah, hope to see you there. That'll be fun.
Plan to spread joy and presents all over the world. That is sure didn't give me any presents when I was a kid. If I don't get presents, no one should. Come on, Catstrike. Let's take him down before the world becomes a happier place.
I don't mind watching that again. It's intensely charming. Okay. Friendly Factory.
Go.
So if I head to the bottom right room in this zone, there's a secret thing. Let's try this. Yeah! It gave me a hyper, which turns my bricks into gold bricks. I wonder if it affects my other pickups. Oh, when you're in hyper mode, when you've got a hyper pickup, oh. I think there was a secret exit on that room. You can go down from there. Anyway, when you're in hyper mode, when you press the change button, it automatically does a like a counter without you doing the button combo. What? Okay, I don't know how to go to the secret room. But we're seeing new mini bosses and stuff, so that's fine. Cat Strike. Help me. Cool. Okay. Oh, and I can't go that way. Okay. Have I done this screen before? It's funneling me now. Man, this soundtrack is so good. I'm just jamming here. This is great. Anyway, yeah. I haven't really played many top-down shooters in general, or on this stream. But I've probably talked about Assault Android Cactus, if only briefly, because I was looking for all the games I could find that had a protagonist who was a robot who also presented as female. So lady robots are kind of rare because robots are often neutral, or if they are given a gender, it's assumed masculine. And that's definitely one of them because there's like 20 playable characters and they're all lady robots. But yeah, I need to get around to playing that. It looks really good. Assault Android Cactus. Kaboom. Okay, Samuel's recommending a fun top-down shooter. It's called I Made a Game with Zombies in It, but there's numbers in place of some of the letters, and it came out on Steam a week or two ago. That sounds cool. I got a P, which increases the rate of fire. Now, I think I went left last time, so let's go this way. Whoops! Hyper! Maybe Hyper just locks you into bricks. I didn't try picking one up while in another weapon mode, but whatever. Okay. Ow.
Nice. Bonus. 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 Bonus.
Oop.
Bonus. Ouch. Ouch.
I was trying to rebound to hit those cannons, which look pretty familiar actually. They might be from Garden Gnome Tactics. Smaller version of them anyway. Let's go this way. Oh, okay. This is not just a new game. I made a game with zombies in it. It was one of the first Xbox Live indie game hits. Probably the first, actually, says Samuel. Interesting. Yeah, much like the Ouya, Xbox Live indie games on the 360 was kind of a haven of creativity and unprecedented success for indie developers, starting with Braid. Well, Braid was one of the early ones. Yeah, maybe more successful than the Ouya, actually. Come to think of it. Ow. Bit late, cat strike. Well, when this runs out, I'll try and pile drive someone into... Yep, there we go. I got a T. What does that do? Triple. Oh, amazing. What does triple ice look like? Lovely. Samuel's decided they've definitely played Bunny Bond 2. Remembers competing against their friends on these leaderboards. Okay. Oops. What? I tried to counter... to pile drive something into that X, but I don't know how to do that, because you counter something that's coming towards you, and you can't do it to those projectiles. So what do you slam into that exactly? I tried to do the counter input, but I don't know. Didn't really work. Ooh, nuts. Okay, I need to concentrate now. Oops. Well, no more rainbow for me. Is that actually faster? I don't know. Maybe the benefit is just that it defeats projectiles. I don't know if it's more powerful. Arrgh. Again, at least they're pretty generous with the health. I do appreciate that. Games where you die in one hit? Kind of, well, I don't like that. That's a mechanic. Okay, Samuel, yeah, I was saying they definitely played Bunny Bond 2. Remembers competing against their friends on these leaderboards. Held the record on most of them. All of them, actually. Now I remember. I was so proud of being the #1 Bunny Bond 2 player. It was almost a decade ago. Oh, how memories fade. Wow.
Let's rock.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I could prompt that nostalgia in you. That's great.
Rainbow.
I wonder if I played it and completely forgot about it. Which way should I go? I don't remember where I went last time. Let's just go right.
Bonus. Bonus. Bonus.
Bonus, bonus.
Not a chance. Bonus.
That is great.
Bonus.
This seems familiar. Maybe I already did this. I keep swapping between D-pad and stick because I forget which one I wanted to do. Alright. Ugh, line it up. Okay. This is a new mini-boss. Samuel saying it's not the most memorable game, Bunny Blonde 2. The part I remember best is when I found a glitch and fell into an infinite void. Whoops, shouldn't have been reading that while I was supposed to be playing. That sounds pretty intense. You played this game so much that you even found glitches in it. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you forgot, but like you say, that's what memories do to you. They fade. I've experienced this. Okay. Up. Oh! So that one goes through walls. Oh! It goes through me too. Okay. This will help. Because the catalogue also blocks enemy shots. That's my favorite power-up. It's gotta be. Oops. No, I shouldn't back myself into a corner. That's not smart. Should keep kiting them. Okay. So how it does default you to the brick and upgrades it to gold. And I forgot to counter on this screen. Oh well. Give me something good. Oh, so many hits. That's not good. That is so satisfying. Right. Okay, now I need to counter the big rainbow. And that will get me to a bonus stage. Yes! Amazing. That was so cool. And I did it first try too. I'm proud of myself. Let's do it again. No, I missed it. Oops. I got greedy. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it again to finish the boss off. No! Oh, what am I doing? Yes. Oh, you can probably do that to all the bosses if you approach them during their death phase. Amazing.
Come on.
Stage X, Secret Santa. Let's do it. Okay. So this one works a little bit differently to the other stages based on what I've read on the Ludosity wiki. You don't find a boss in the normal way, you have to find the goal. And I don't know where that is, so we'll just play the stage, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that's the character from Space Nerd. Ah. You'll see that next week. That's a great place to put these cameos in the secret stage. Yeah, let's yeah, pile drive one. Lovely. Wonder if there's any pickups in these presents. Nope, never mind. Samuel's excited to see the space nerd. My pronunciation is slipping a bit, but yeah. Oops. More of them. Stay back. Ow! That was dumb. I ran right into it. Let's take these power-ups into the... Yeah, I know. I'm overthinking it is the problem. Like, how do you say that? Oh, it's like, yeah. As Samuel says, it's just pronounced space nerd. Whoa. Oh boy. Okay, that was good. Let's do some of this. Oh, there's a lot of them. Space nerds. Hyper! Hyper gives me automatic counters. Oops, I missed that one. This way. Those scythes don't automatically kill you, do they? Just because they're kind of slow. Samuel says, wow, when you say that in your natural dialect, you just sound like someone from Scania. Yeah, isn't it funny how languages work like that sometimes? Oh boy. Now, I haven't used the Goddess of Explosions yet in this run. I might save it for the fight against Mecha Santa. Oops. I was trying to counter to land on those X's. I'll stop trying to be clever. Alright, here's the goal. Whoa! Oh, here she is.
Welcome, Princess. I am the Goddess of Explosions. I know, Mom. Sheesh. Anyway, what is your wish? More explosions. Your wish is granted!
That seems like a wish that is well within her wheelhouse. Galactic Princess Buster learned.
Come on.
Alright, so now we go back into the final stage with the Galactic Princess Buster. Now, how do I do that exactly? Let me just check. I don't know. Hold on, I need to do some research. If I don't know how to use the Hypergalactic Princess Buster... then I won't be able to get the secret ending. Maybe it's one of the weapons? It said learned, so I'll just cycle through. I've got 99 ice, I should be using more of these. I got rainbow and I got brick. Okay, so... I cannot find the information on how to do this. I'll check the text file in the manual. Let me see. Well, that didn't help. Yep. Given like that quote, I know, Mom, sheesh. And Samuel is comparing the goddess of explosions to their girlfriend. So reminiscent, apparently. Do either of you know how to do the hypergalactic Princess Buster, perchance? Ow. One life left. Gotta be careful. I bet you that darker tile is the replacement for the X in this stage. The counter spot. Seems familiar. Wow, still got a lot of ice. That's great. Whoops. Let's go right. Does it replace the normal pile driver? That's a good question. I should try it. I did it by accident there, actually. Oh no! That was bad. But I have one more life. I'm on my last one. Better not risk too much. I'll try it on one of these elves after I've dealt with the other ones. Okay, let's try it now. Oops. No, that was just the normal pile driver, eh? Oof. I'll try a bit more how to use. Okay, I'm now watching a video. What? This is a 23-minute video. It's a full playthrough. Well, I'll skip to the part after they get it. Maybe it just automatically gets used in the final boss fight? Sorry. No, what? Oh. Ow. Ah. Ah! That was close. Ah! Oh. Things are getting rough. Go. Go. Oh boy. That dense line of elves reminds me of when you turn up the spawn rate of lemmings to the maximum in the game Lemmings.
A world of joy and laughter and presents for all.
I got a present for you, all right.
Oh, multi-hands.
Well, I said I was gonna summon the goddess against this guy.
Cowabunga! No!
Got it!
Wow, did half his health. Nice.
Double Dark Blaster! We got Lawbreaker!
Whoa.
Legendary!
Alright, I definitely need to figure out how to do it against the boss. I'll just check this video, skip through it to where they fight the boss, see what happens. It's all good. Oh yep, they're shooting some stuff. Good, good. I would expect that. Alright, now are they doing it? And if so, how? I'm very keen to know. Okay, they summoned the goddess of explosions. Wait. Wait, that's the normal ending. Oh no, it's not. Maybe I needed to summon the goddess, but that's different. Ah, I don't know. Now I'm just frustrated. Sorry. Well, there's an alternate ending. I think I might have just seen part of it where you destroy the whole Earth or something. It's fine. Check that out on YouTube if you like. But yeah, we can see that on this difficulty, Mecha Santa has new attacks. Oh, I died. Oh, I failed.
Awesome.
Anyway, there's an alternate ending where you kill Mecha Santa in a more spectacular way and it destroys the Earth. That's great. I think I'm done for today. Sorry about that. What I'm going to do right now is just
Good Mecha Santa.
quickly enter the other code that I found to see what the different explosions look like, and then I'm going to find the secret room in stage 1. I'm definitely going to do that.
Come on, Catstrike. Let's take him down before the world becomes a happier place.
Bottom right section.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So I've got some clues about it, but I'm also going to enter that code. RGXS. RGXCES. Serious explosions on, and we'll see what that does. And then I will be done for the day. I think it's just making explosions bigger. That's cool. Oh, look at that. Pretty incredible. Alright, so if I head right from the starting point all the way, there's a bit of a secret room, possibly. So we'll check that out, and then that'll be enough for me. Okay, well, how do I get there, please? Ow. No. Why did I pick this difficulty when I only want to show something off? What do I do here? Feels good. There's supposed to be a secret room from here. It just doesn't explain how to get there. Well, I'll just chalk that up as one of the many other hidden mysteries in Daniel Remar and Ludosity's games. There's so much to discover, and I was unable to do it, but that's okay. I'm giving you the normie experience today. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. was a bit of fun for me. I hope it was okay for you too. And yeah, like I said, there's so much more to the back catalogue there. Obscure stuff, experimental stuff, and we'll be diving deeper into that next week in the same way that I did with Pixel's pre and post Cave Story work earlier or late last year. Anyway, you gotta believe. Is that all I need to do? Oh, well. I'm believing right now. Nope, still no secret room. Sorry. This was mega great. Thanks so much, Samuel. It was lovely having you here with your Nordic expertise and your memories and opinions and stuff. It was all good. And you too, Gibbon. Thanks very much, as always. Right. Have a good week until I see you again, and stay safe. Bye-bye.